Hello, my name is Derrick Weyrauch. I'm the president and CEO of Palladium One Mining. Throughout this presentation, I will be making some forward-looking statements, so please refer to our cautionary language. Palladium One has a leadership team that has extensive experience in all aspects of mining, whether it be exploration, development, and production, with well over 100 years of combined experience. The company itself is an exploration stage company that's focused on discovering environmentally and socially conscious metals for clean air. We have an enterprise value currently of approximately $38 million, and as at August 1st, $15 million cash in the bank. So we are fully funded for our planned activities. Like so many of our peers, the last few months has been very tough in the market. So even on the back of a lot of very positive news flow, our share price has come down along with the GDXJ and our peers, and we are hoping for a bit of recovery as we get past the COVID summer holiday season. From an investment perspective, our focus is our Finnish project, the LK PGE nickel copper project. We believe it's possibly one of the largest palladium dominant projects of its type in the first world. We have existing NI 43-101 open pit constrained resources of approximately 600,000 ounces palladium equivalent in the indicated category and 1.7 million ounces palladium equivalent in the inferred category. That underpins our current valuation. We are planning for another resource update towards the end of this year at our Kaukua zone, and that is really the big story that we have been working towards. We have an incredible amount of untested targets along a 38-kilometer basal contact, but I think it's important for investors to know that Finland is an excellent jurisdiction with a tremendous amount of infrastructure, skilled labor, cheap power, and obviously a very low income tax rate, so it bodes well for the future. We currently, based on our metal suite, have roughly a 50-50 mix between battery metals and precious metals. In Canada, our second project is the Tyko copper nickel project, where earlier this year we had a very high grade discovery of up to 10% nickel equivalent over 3.8 meters at surface. It's an early stage project that is now 25,000 hectares in size that we continue to drill. We have a number of catalysts upcoming over the next few months with regards to resource updates, metallurgical work that we are doing as a phase 2 at our LK project, all in an effort to position ourselves to be able to do a PEA at the Kaukua zone in around the middle of 2022. Although we are working towards that NAV realization, we will be continuing to focus on regional and resource drilling across the 38-kilometer contact. In Canada, our focus is very much grassroots. We are in the midst of a summer field program, as well as just finalizing a drilling program. In Finland, we have 2 projects. As I said, our focus is the LK projects, the LK project. The 2 projects are joining each other. LK, as I said, is 38 kilometers of favorable basal contact. It's a disseminated sulphide system that has lots of opportunity for open pit resources. The existing resources that we do have are both open pit, as I said, pit constrained, and lots of upside potential with regards to targets that we've already generated. It is similar in many respects to the Platte Reef style deposits in the Bushveld. KS is a completely different system. It is a very high-grade massive sulfide target inside a conolith, as you can see here, that stretches across the country, outcrops on the Russian border, porpoises around, and has been proven to be an emplacement vehicle for the Kalisma complex that's on the left in the shaded areas. Zooming into LK, our property package is outlined in both the yellow and red colors. The blue hash lines are the various induced polarization or IP surveys that we conducted in 2020 and 2021 that have provided us with a tremendous amount of drilling targets. IP has been found to be extremely useful tool in discovering mineralization. Our focus is at the north end of this image at the Kaukua zone, where we, over the course of the last year, have discovered a 7-kilometer trend of IP chargeability, and we'll be focusing in on that. But not only that, we have the Murtalampi zone where potentially we have another 400,000 ounces of open pit potential in a satellite 2 kilometers to the north. And most recently, we have announced a resource estimate at the Haukiaho zone, approximately 17 kilometers to the south along a 17-kilometer mineralized trend. Zooming into LK and the Kaukua area, and on the western portion of that, as you see from the inset, we have a large untested anomaly that was recently discovered, and our existing resources within the pit outline in the yellow color. Outlined in red is the focus area for the resource definition drilling that we've been undertaking this year. That drilling has now been concluded, and we are anticipating publishing an updated resource estimate for this area at the end of this year. Kaukua itself is, or rather the existing pit is within 1 kilometer of strike running east and west, and we are now have tested another approximately 2 kilometers of strike extent, and we will hope to join up the larger area to the existing pit and have one large pit, even before testing the anomaly on the western side. As you can see from the inset in the top right, we also have a large bullseye target on the far eastern side of the 7-kilometer anomaly that we will be looking at testing subsequently. So our overall target in this area is to have over 100 million tons of resource endowment with the fullness of time. On the top right-hand side of this image, you can see the eastern portion of the 7-kilometer trend and that large bullseye that we will be testing. And you can see some of the intercepts that we have encountered a little bit farther to the west, where 1.8 grams per ton palladium equivalent over 22 meters, 1.6 over 12. So very interesting hits, demonstrating that the IP correlates very well with mineralization. So given we have the very high strength anomalies here, chargeability anomalies, both on the east and west side, we're very optimistic that we'll be able to continue to expand the resource as we have been doing over the last 2 years. On the bottom image, you can see where we've zoomed in on a long section of part of the Kaukua South zone. You see we have 2 chutes that we have defined. This image is from Q1 of this year. We've continued to drill, and we have been drilling a down dip as shown where at the bottom of the image here where it says open, and filled in some of the areas. So the project is moving along very well. We'll have some additional drill results coming shortly. I believe we have a backlog right now of about 40 holes that we need to get assays back for and provide to the market, in addition to the other work that we are undertaking. Kaukua itself is a very shallow 3-to-1 strip ratio pit, and obviously outcrops at surface, and provides opportunity here to have a very robust scenario. Obviously, this information will change as we advance the Kaukua South resource at the end of the year. But when you look at it from a grade perspective, we believe we have one of the highest grade palladium dominant projects in the first world. The Haukiaho pit, which we've just announced the resource on, it has even a lower strip ratio. It's only a 1-to-1 waste to ore ratio. We've used a $25 NSR cutoff for the resource estimation purposes, and it's provided us with a 1.2 million ounce palladium equivalent resource. We are currently engaged in the phase 2 metallurgical test program, so we can have a better understanding of the characteristics of feed, concentrate, and tailings for concentrate design going forward. That test work is with SGS Lakefield in Canada, and we hope to be publishing the results of that work towards the end of this year. The initial test work did demonstrate a very saleable bulk concentrate could be produced, but that work needs to be optimized. The rougher pulled extremely well and as expected. However, our focus as part of the ongoing work is to optimize the cleaner stages of the recovery. Here we take a quick look at the KS project and the gravity and mag anomalies. As you can see, it stands out on a regional scale. Given the very high tenor of mineralization that we have at LK, to the extent that we can find or discover a high sulfur content zone within KS has a potential to be extremely high value rock. It obviously is a very large package. The property size is 20,000 hectares currently, and perhaps has similarities to the Eastern Deeps portion of Voisey's Bay or Norilsk style conolith system. So we're very excited to test that. It's recently been de-risked by the Finnish Geological Survey, who have proven that this dike is the result of magmatic flow. Turning to our Canadian project, Tyko. Again, it's an early stage project that has had some excellent success. It's a 25,000 hectare property package with easy access through well-used logging roads. But the key story and what's attracted investor attention over the last number of months has been the high-grade discovery at the Smoke Lake zone, where we have up to 10% nickel equivalent at surface. We've proven mineralization over 350 meter strike length at this point in time. But, to just put it in context, that type of grade equates to about 218 pounds per ton of nickel. And, with nickel trading at well over $8 per pound right now, it is extremely valuable in situ situation. And it approximates from a comparative perspective, 1 ounce of gold in potentially an open pit environment. We are continuing to test Smoke Lake and looking for the source of that high grade mineralization. On the left image, you can see a large magnetic body underneath the Smoke Lake zone. Basically, everything we know at this point is within this 150 odd meter ellipse around Smoke Lake. So we're very excited to drill test this large magnetic body. We'll be drilling a hole between 800 and 900 meters and pulsing it for EM as a first step to try and locate the source of the high grade mineralization. But that's only part of the story of Tycho. It is a large property package. It does have a number of different showings. 17 kilometers to the west, we have the RJ and Tycho zones, which have over 1% nickel. A bulldozer with some nice copper values as well as shabotic. So it's a bifurcated story in that we are looking for the source of the high grade from a Smoke Lake zone, but also need to look at the project from a regional scale perspective. So in summary, Palladium One is fully funded. We've got excellent exposure to both industrial, battery, and precious metals. We think we have a very unique project here in that we have possibly one of the largest palladium projects of its type in the world. And we are currently trading at a very low valuation of less than $15 per ounce. Thank you very much for your time and your interest.